And we're live, I believe. Welcome back to another Thursday Night Jam with RCJesus and SASquatch. I'm Nick, aka RCJesus. This is Chris from Scale Audio Solutions, hence the SASquatch. Uh, we are back for another night of nothing, really. I've been crazy busy. I had a long-ass 12-hour day of bullshit, so I'm tired. Don't feel like really wrenching on much. Chris is going to start putting his 10T kit together, his re-release. So he'll have something to dick around with and check out. I am just going to relax and chill and wait for comments and laugh at jokes and shit. So, where's anybody at? I don't even know if we have anybody in right now. Okay, looks like two. What's up, Stacy? How's it going? I'll see you guys tomorrow night. You're coming with Tommy, I assume. Stacy and Tommy from the RC Junkyard are coming down. They're gonna snag up a bunch of parts and whatever else they want and need for them to sell to y'all on the RC Junkyard. So they're gonna be stocked up with a bunch of shit. No bodies here. I know, because I always hide the bodies. Uh so what time are you guys thinking you're leaving? I don't know if you get out of work at like 3, 5, 6. If you're in Atlanta area, it's probably what, about 6 hours to my house.
Okay.
And then we get to rummage through parts all day Saturday while I deal with tons of people coming in, clearing out the store. It's amazing how when you do a store closing sale with a bunch of like really good prices, people just go ape shit and start coming in like mad. It's been insane in there.
No idea what's going on with this thing.
You're back. Mine was still good on YouTube, so I think it's on your end, but you're back now.
Okay.
We've been
It's
having
really
little
weird.
glitching on our internet, so if you three notice anything, let us know in the comments, and it'll pop up 2 minutes later because they lag like a bitch.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, man.
Uh,
I'm just fucking whooped because it's been so busy in there, dude. I got way too ambitious today, waking up and being like, I need to mow the lawn and do this and blah, blah, blah. And was going gung ho until 12:30 when I had to jump in the shower and then haul ass to work and it was crazy busy. What's up, Mike? Smart man. I saw you were up, man. It tells me when you're online, so you gotta be careful.
oh yeah, Nick will do it. He'll do it every time.
Yep.
And I
Once
always feel bad
the
declining it when I'm busy because I want to talk to you.
it's all
And
right, man.
sometimes
We
I'm
got
like getting
lives.
ready for bed. The wife's laying there, and I'm like,
Right.
uh,
Not now. Next time.
yeah.
Somebody's got to do it. The funny part is like people will talk shit, be like, "Ah, this motherfucker hit me up at like 1 in the morning." But then there's other times I hit people up at like 9 or 10, at a reasonable hour. And lots of times I know like, oh, my friends on the West Coast and Mountain Time, they're 2, 3 hours earlier. So even though it's 1, it's only fucking 10 to them.
Yeah, but I
Um,
still get it at like midnight my time.
Not you, no, not that late your time.
You've hit me at 11 before.
Okay, that's 2. Usually by then I'm starting to shut it down. Um, but yeah, but then then we end up bullshitting for like 2 hours.
That's the problem. That's the thing.
But
I'll
then
answer
people
at
are like,
11, but
this
then
is
I'm like, that
great.
means I'm not going to bed till.
Right. They're like, this is great because no one ever calls me and I never call anybody. It's nice to shoot the shit and catch up with people and bullshit. I'm like, well, yeah, somebody's got to do it. Might as well be me. I fell
Oh,
asleep. Uh-huh, sure, Mike.
man.
So, what?
uh,
You're just cracking the 10T open, right?
yeah, I just started laying everything out.
Dylan,
So
it's been all day with the bone at the shop. I need a break, bro. Go entertain yourself, please. Page 1.
page one.
Where does
Yeah,
this start you on that one? Front suspension?
front knuckles.
Yeah,
Front knuckles.
that's
Yep.
what I
Well,
thought.
casters. Oh, wait, weird. So where? Oh, they're there.
I did
Bolstead. Not.
find a shit ton of bearing packages in the shop that I think cover most of the bearings I was lacking for the 10-4 project. And you never know. Maybe sitting here I'll get ambitious enough to at least sort those out. But I was doing RC shit all day. I'm good.
Excuse me.
Getting cold here. It was like 73 when I got home. I'm like, fuck,
Shut
I'm
your mouth.
jacket.
Shut your mouth.
Well, when it goes from 90 to 70 with the breeze, you're like, shit. You fixed all
You
5
can't
of
see
the
my
trucks
face
you
right
broke
now.
Sunday. Nice. You guys had an event last weekend, right? Didn't Trevor do something or somebody do something up there? I thought I saw a bunch of people running somewhere. Maybe that was the rally thing. I can't remember. Too much shit going on Facebook to keep track of.
Camera a little. Work close to me.
The classic cross wrench.
Oh yeah.
I have so many of those laying around from kits. It's great.
Yep, they're always one nearby.
Right? I've got like a few that are specially modified with like dremeled real thin and shit to fit specific stuff. Then you got to be careful because I've
Going on the same
dremeled them
truck.
like that before.
Kaylee's trying.
And then try cranking something down and you split the motherfucker. No good anymore.
Oh.
Dylan, seriously, all day at the shop you had me throwing your bone while I was busy. Can we leave the tire alone or the ball alone here, please? Please
No way,
do.
Dad. No way.
Go lay down and entertain yourself. Now, go. Dylan. Good boy. He's been a handful today. I had the daughter give him a bath last Friday, and he hates them. So he jumped out of the bathtub on her and slipped and fell on the floor 8 times.
Oh, gee.
And so for like 3 days, he was limping again because he was over whatever injury he had, but he must have pulled it or strained it again or whatever. And now today he seems to be back to 90 or 100%. So he's just been fucking gung ho because he's been laying around for 3, 4 days at least. More than that, I guess. Almost a week. No wonder you're such a shithead. Huh. No wonder you're such a shithead. Drop it. Go boy. Go get it. What else? Holy shit, Mike. TF2, new loaded front axle. That's a bit of work to tear those down, especially if you're leaf sprung with U-bolts. Okay, scale Sunday, but he did do a rally. All right. Okay, shots. Drive shaft. That's another easy one at least. Rear axle bearing, huh? And what kind of axle? Oh, that sucks. Rub the tire sidewall through on a knuckle. That's bitch, because you can't ever buy one at a time. Remember, okay, F10T, that's not too bad. Remember back in the day, I don't think they do it anymore, but you used to be able to buy single tires of pretty much all the tires from RC four-wheel drive. That way you could have your spare without having to buy a pair. It was great. Well, of course, it's the metal one. That's the only way to go. You've done Top Truck Challenge.
That's weird. You guys still there?
Turns out I found it looks like all or almost all of the Top Truck Challenge DVDs on Amazon. So it's like $200 or more in DVDs, so I haven't ordered them yet. But I plan to because I am gonna go through all those motherfuckers. I've watched 98 all the way through on YouTube. They had the full hour. What's up, Corey, my man? Good. You can fill us in on awesome Halloween haul and crawl shit. We can talk about that in a minute. And yeah, all of 98, I think 94, and I'm halfway through 2000. So it's been fun because I haven't watched those old ones in a long time. So that's why I'm like, oh, the tire pit. I forgot about that. And how they used to do the RTI ramps and the turning radius tests and the acceleration and braking tests. And I was talking to Blake a couple nights ago when I was first starting to watch them all. And we're probably going to be super scaled dicks, which I think most of the group we have is going to enjoy. And anyone that signs up and gets voted in better enjoy because that's what they're dealing with. We will, of course, I got to talk to Trevor and see what he thinks about all this. I haven't talked it through with him yet. But he seems pretty open to whatever as long as it's top truck challenge. And so we're thinking, I asked Blake, I'm like, well, you can easily build a scale RTI ramp, right? That's scale to the one they used. We can paint it the same red color and everything. He's like, oh, fuck yeah. I was like, yes. So we'll probably do RTI and all that kind of stuff. Bring back the turning radius, acceleration, just have a blast with all that. Plus, then it keeps north and south a little bit different too, right? For sure, we're gonna do the tire pit. It sounds like I've got a couple people sending me a bunch of tires. I
You got
have,
a bunch of people that said they sent you tires.
well, two. Two people were like, I got a bunch laying around, and I don't know if a bunch is 8 or 60, but we're gonna
Garbage.
need to do it proper. We're probably gonna need at least a couple hundred because that tire pit was like 3, 4 foot deep of tires in real life. So it's going to take a lot. I'm thinking a mix of anywhere from touring car 1.9s up to like 4.19 scale tires. Obviously, no short course tires, no MT tires, all that, because you're not going to be scale then. They're all like car and semi truck and stuff tires. But that should be fun. I think I have some spare Tamiya semi tires, 1.7s I can throw in there. So tire pits for sure on the list, and I think it's going to be fucking awesome. Hill climb will probably be part of it still. Tank trap, of course, all frame twister, all of those staples that were pretty much in every year for the whole 2.5 decades or whatever they did it will be there. But like I'm remembering instead of the sled pull, they either hooked a dozer or a cement truck and they had to pull it uphill. That might be a fun one to bring back because I've got cement trucks and dozers and stuff that might work. And I was talking to Blake, I don't want to test with Blue Crew or Relentless, right? Because that's kind of cheating. So I'm thinking what I'll do is probably do most of it with the Ripper because it's heavy, like our trucks, and it's got metal axles and tubes, so it's going to drag and catch like most of our trucks with hard bodies and metal axles and whatnot. So it should keep it pretty legit for everyone. Kind of like a slightly less performing Scorpion that Bren brings. Because the Rippers are good, but they're by no means like the ultimate crawler. So that's where all that shit stands at this point in time. And yes, Corey, TTC was a fucking blast in Vermont. I can guarantee it will be a blast here, but we got a year and a half till it's here, which gives me plenty of time to, like, I want to go tank trap and like make it dead nuts with the same canyons and up. But again, that takes months of work. So glad I have the time. But it looks like Corey's from Georgia Rock Zombies, to anyone that doesn't know. And they just did Halloween Haul and Crawl 7th year, last weekend at Cherokee Rock Village in Alabama, and it looked awesome. It's always awesome, but every year, like any good event, they always step it up. They had a whole scale town people were driving through. And it was pretty cool to watch. I've seen a lot of videos and pictures. How many people were there this year, Corey? No, I have to wait like 2 minutes for him to respond, but
Right.
he says, yes, sir, we really brought more scale goodness this year. I saw, man. I was like, damn it. Oh, the lag wasn't bad. 300. Nice. That's a good size. Like that's still a big ass event, but it's not massive, you know. And Cherokee Rock Village has a lot of space for people to spread out into. If you want to join the live, I can do that. Damn it, Dylan. Why'd you drool all over my you son of a bitch? I love you, but you're a walking disaster. Give me a second here, Corey, and I will find what I need. How do I find how to add you? Copy invite link. There it is. I gotta bring Facebook up. Gotta move Chris out of my way.
No.
Okay, I'm about to send you a message, Corey. This is perfect. Now we can BS about a badass event. Because we already did TTC last week, so Halloween Hall and Crawl this week will be prime. Corey. There you are, babyface. All right, you got it. All right, so Corey will be joining us in 30 seconds to 2 minutes here, however, all the lagging bullshit takes.
Dude.
Did you lose it under there again? Man, dog. Ugh,
Oh, what is that? Oh shit.
ugh. There he is.
What's up, buddy?
Nada. And people are probably looking like he doesn't look like he has a baby face. Look at that beard, but you got to see his profile picture.
Yeah, it changes.
He's an AI baby, Corey.
That's right. So no, we had about 300 people, which that's kind of what we were looking at. We wanted about 300, no more than that.
Yeah.
Like that's about the perfect event size because we have so many side events that go on
Right.
on a daily basis. Like we had stuff Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah. Fill
I mean,
everybody in.
Yeah, like Friday was rock bouncing. So one of the admins, Colby Kearns, he builds a rock bouncing course for all your rifts, and he does it in 3 classes. So he has 2.2 metal, so all your metal cage gurus at really extended wheelbases, just ridiculous power. And then you've got your 2.2 plastic, which is your stock rifts. And I think there's a few other rock bouncers out there that people use. And then you've got your IFS people.
Oh, okay.
Which is your people that like to take a rift and put IFS on it, or there's a few other rigs that they allow in that just because they could be considered a type of a rock racer, but they have independent front suspension, so they let them run. But then Saturday is kind of when everything really kicks off.
Yeah.
Because what we like to do for vendors, one, we don't charge a vendor a dime to show up. Because the point of a vendor to come to your event is to bring more people into the event and bring them to that vendor face to face so that they can say, oh, cool, that's what you make. And you're the guy behind the curtain. That's awesome. Yeah. I don't want to charge somebody to do that.
And it costs a lot of money to go places as a vendor.
Exactly, because you got all that stuff you got to carry with you. And then, like Reef, for instance, Reef has a trailer on the East Coast that Brad Brennan carries everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's got all of his pop-ups, it's got his chairs, his tables, his full inventory, and he keeps Brad stocked with stuff.
Right.
So Brad just drags the trailer over.
I love how Reef did that, like staggered it strategically around. He's like, you get a trailer with everything in it, and you get a trailer with everything in it, and then I just fly in and it's ready to go.
Everything's ready to go. But like RC Everyday, Josh, he told now Friday, as I was saying, this is our fun free day. Yes, we do rock bouncing, but we don't want vendors to set up on Friday. Yeah. Set up your pop-up, but don't put out product. We don't want you working that day. That day is for you to go out and run the trails and see the things and talk to the people without having to sit behind a booth all day. So you just get out to go out and have fun.
Right.
That's what vendors never get to do at an RC event.
You're at the tent all day.
All day.
I mean, I wasn't. I would just pay someone else to be there. Go have fun and network and do shit anyways. But most of the time, everyone's stuck there for 12 hours.
So then Saturday morning, like Scott had this idea of something he wanted to do first thing Sunday morning, like right after driver's meeting. And he got in touch with Cody at Dixieland and was like, hey, do you have any base camps in stock? And Cody says, yeah, I've got some. What are you thinking? And Scott says, well, I want to buy 2 of them, and we want to give them away to kids Saturday morning so they have all weekend to play with their new truck.
Right.
So we did. We bought 2 of those from Cody. And then a little while later in the day, Friday, Scott came to me and he says, Corey, I'm feeling generous. He says, I want to buy 2 more rigs, but I want to buy them from the RC junkyard. So I was like, okay, what are you looking at? So we went and looked at 2 rigs, told Stacy, give us a price on these 2. She did. And she was like, you can just, Zelle me this much from the zombie bank account. And I was like, you have access. Zelle yourself. Just send yourself the money. Give us the rigs. Go get your money.
Yeah.
Have a good day. So then
Zelle yourself.
yeah, like I know where it's going.
Mhm.
So then Saturday morning, we do driver's meetings. Scott calls all kids up under 12 that do not own an RC car of their own.
Yep.
We had 4 trucks to give away. We had 2 boys and 2 girls. So of course they all got rigs. But then afterwards, 2 more boys walk up and another little girl walks up. We're not going to leave them empty-handed. I think we had somewhere around the total of 26 to 30 rigs to give away. RTR.
Wow. Right.
Like it was nuts. So I told Scott, I was like, we can't leave them hanging. So I went into the trailer and got 3 more rigs out and gave them to kids. So that
You
way
guys
those
got my
kids,
package, right? I never
absolutely
heard from
we did.
Scott, but you got it? Okay.
Oh yeah, we got it. So because I think that went to a kid, I'm pretty sure that went to a kid that had his only RC car was an FMS Hummer.
Yep. The
And
112.
yep, he was going to do my event, the Zombie Trophy Series. I'll get to that in a minute. But he ended up breaking the entire left front wheel off. He said something about the link that comes from there and goes to the servo. I was like, you know what, dude, just send me pictures. So I sent it to Lee at FMS, and Lee was like, yeah, I'll get him taken care of. This kid was blown away. He was like, what?
Yeah.
So, we kick everything off Saturday. The kids go off. They're having a good time. Vendor row's popping. Josh walks up to me and stops me, and he goes, dude, he said, I've never seen your event like this. He's like, this is crazy. He said, I made so much money yesterday, I almost paid for my trip.
Yeah. Good.
On the non-busy day.
Right.
So he said he did really well.
Good.
I think Reeve sold 4 or 5 XP10s at the event.
Shit, they were
Nice.
probably like the last ones he had.
No, I think he ended up selling out on Tuesday of this week was the last
Okay.
one. So, I mean, but he was pretty close. There was only like maybe 3 or 4 left after our event.
Well, yeah, because when
But
I hit him up for mine on Monday night, Tuesday night of last week, he's like, yeah, get the order in quick because they're pretty much gone. I was like, okay.
yeah, they were. So, but then we have let's see, what was the first thing that kicked off Saturday? It may have been either the trailer lift or the zigzag drags. I don't really remember because I was all over the place.
Right. It's a blur.
But Chris Tusty and Dwayne Kearns, they do such a good job with the zigzag drags because this is an event that I just kind of thought up for the first haul and crawl. Everybody had these super fast crawlers. I mean, we're talking 4,000 kV motors on 3S. I mean,
Yeah.
just ripping crawlers. And so I told him we were going to do a drag race, but it's not going to be what you think. Because I built a course that was, maybe an inch on either side of the truck.
Yeah.
And you have to drive through this zigzagged course, but then on the way out, you get to nail it. But if
Like
you hit a
last
boundary,
year, right?
yep. But I said,
Yeah.
if you hit the boundary, you're done. So they built one. We've took it up a step this year to compete in any of the side events, show and shine, zigzag drags, and I think something else. You had to have a trailer. I mean,
I
it's
saw
haul
that.
and crawl. So now all these people have a trailer for zigzag drags, and they're driving their truck in. They have to drive to the end, touch a boundary, and they had to back it up this straight road, turn it into another section, and then they could drive out.
Yep.
It's hilarious to watch people try to back an RC trailer. Um,
Way harder on RC than it is in real life.
way harder. And
And then a lot of people think like in real life, the little stubby trailers are easier. And it's like,
no,
no, the shorter the trailer, the more of a bitch it is.
that's right. Give me a 30-foot trailer, I'll be happy.
Mm-hmm.
But then we had
And Stacy says it was zigzag first.
see, Stacy would know. So
Mhm.
there's I don't remember if we had, we had to have had another. I think we did tug of war. Tug of war, I think, was Saturday. Tug of war was Saturday. Trailer lift was Saturday. So the trailer lift was fun. I kind of stole this idea from Proline. But the trailer lift, I reached out to Tommy Tyson, the mastermind, and said, Tommy, I've got this idea of an A-frame structure. that we will hook a trailer to in the bottom, and you have to pick that trailer straight up with weight in it. Bring it up to the top, ring a bell, something. So the cable goes up over the top of the trailer, back down to a pulley at the very bottom, and you pull it low. So Tommy builds this bad ass trailer lift setup. I mean, this thing is solid.
It's sick. I watched it last year. Jeremy Kilburn and I sat there and watched it for like an hour and a half because and you'd think like that's gonna be boring. It was entertaining as fuck, man.
Yeah, because people are just chewing up tires, man.
Uh-huh.
And because it has to be slow and controlled.
Yep.
You can't yank it. It's got to be just raw power pulling this thing up. So that's always fun. Tug of war is always a blast, especially when those big heavyweight guys get out there. You got a 6x6 rig that's 30 pounds, and you got two of them pulling against each other. Dude, that's insane to watch.
A lot of breakage oftentimes.
Mm-hmm. And then they had a kids class, so the kids get to get in on the tug of war too.
Yep.
And everybody, like every class has a trophy winner. So it's not like a participation trophy. You don't get a trophy for just entering. You got to win that shit. Like you got to earn it. So, but then on Sunday, we get to the zombie trophy series. And this is kind of an event that I thought up, and I steal a lot of ideas from Trevor because he is a event freaking genius.
This is Trevor that does TTC.
Yes. So Trevor and I, we've been friends for years. And we
way back in the Recon G6 days, right?
Way back, yeah.
Yeah.
So
fucking 15 years or more ago.
So I see Trevor doing this thing at one of his events to where he has people sharing one remote. So I did that last year.
And this year, brutal.
Yeah, well, I took it a step further this year with what Trevor did. Now you got to drive both trucks through at the same time, one throttle, one steering. So
he did the same thing at Ledgestock.
Oh, I stole it from him.
And if someone let their hand off, it was a penalty.
Yep.
That one guy kept like letting his hand off the steering, like, let's go that way. And he's like, oh, penalty. And finally his partner was like, God damn it, if you take the hand off the radio again, I'm gonna kill you.
So I wasn't that mean on them this year. Next year they're gonna be mad because both trucks have to be moving because they found a loophole this year, and they would drive one truck up through 2 or 3 gates, stop, and then drive the next truck up through and catch and then finish. You can't do that next year.
Yeah.
Both trucks have to be moving the entire time.
Unit to your ass.
Uh-huh.
Not in the rules.
So then on course 2, because I do 2 qualifying courses to get you to the finals. So course 2, I made them stand with their back to the course, and their teammate has to give them directions on where to go. It's easy for the most part if you listen and you're somewhat, directionally sound.
I did that one last year too. It's a lot of fun.
But this year I made them reverse their steering channel.
Yeah. You're an asshole.
It was the most fun to watch in the world because you got all these people and, guys up here trying to direct them how to do it. And they're like, turn left. No, your other left. Fuck, go backwards. And they just get so flustered and trying to remember how to tell somebody that they forget to tell them, okay, you know what, stop, let's regroup. And the truck just keeps driving. The driver is just going to keep driving until you tell him to stop.
Uh-huh.
But everybody made it through that. And then I had the top 3 teams because I did classes this year. I did an American class, which is your Chevys, your Dodge, your Ford, anything Chevrolet based. Or American based. Even the Hummer would have been in there because it's, AMG.
AMG, yep.
So
don't forget about the J20s.
That's right. So then I did a foreign class where you got your Toyotas, you got your Nissans, you got your Volkswagens. If any of those were to enter, they would have been in the foreign class. The majority was Toyotas. But then I did a Land Rover only class, which really separates those boom racing rigs.
Yeah.
I only had 2 participants in that, 2 brave souls. I only had 2 brave souls in the Land Rover only class. So it was a really tight race for who got first because they both finished first. But then we get to course 3. And if you'll remember at Cherokee Rock Village, over by the playground, there's these 2 big rock formations. One of them has this ridiculous side hill. I mean, it's got to be.
That's the one where we did the switch one person throttle, one drive, and the reverse and all that. That mound of rock, right?
Yep,
Where we
but
did
then
the BRXL1 stuff last year with all that.
Yep, but way further left of that is where I took them after that. And
Okay.
I mean, it's literally a 60-degree side hill with a flat spot.
I know the rock you're talking about. Yeah, it's like a shelf road.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I drew a boundary line up and across. The only truck that was allowed to cross that boundary line was the anchor truck. So you got one truck that has to do partial of this side hill just enough to where your anchor truck has time to get up top, run the winch line down to your truck,
Right.
and then you have to drive through 2 sets of markers, one low and turn and come up one high. And then you both have to get through the finish line together before I stop time.
Okay, because I read about the side hill and I was wondering where you did it, but that makes
Oh,
perfect
yeah.
sense. Because that is a pretty steep side hill. I remember fucking around on it last year.
So if you can think a BRX02, with electronics, that's a $1,200 rig. You've spent, hours detailing this thing, and I'm putting this thing on a side hill that would smash it if it fell over.
Nah, it just scratches it up, and then that's just more weathering you do when you get home.
Yeah, but they did it, man. Everybody made it. Nobody fell off the rock. So, and it was like there was some hardcore comp stances coming in for sure. Like one leg up, one leg back, squatted down, serious face.
I watched that at TTC the weekend before. Like
Yep.
me and a few other guys are just walking around, but then like the hardcore guys full fucking comp stance,
Yep.
Blake, when he was killing all the courses, nailing it with his 4-wheel steering shit, full comp stance the whole time.
Mm-hmm. So what people don't know next year, and this will be a little bit of a spoiler. I've told a couple of people things I'm looking at doing next year for course 2. Obviously, course 1 next year, both trucks got to be moving at the same time. But for course 2, yes, you'll still reverse your steering channel. But what I was going to have them do is reverse throttle channel. But then somebody told me that be careful doing that because with some Spectrum radios, if the radio dies, the truck loses its fail safe and the truck could just take off if the radio dies.
Yeah,
so I'm not going to do that.
Man.
Yep. So I'm not going to do that, but I am going to make them drive the course backwards.
Well, and like your steering being reversed is one thing. But your throttle being reversed, like if you make the mistake, you could send it off a ledge and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And guys like us aren't gonna give a shit. We're gonna be like, whoops, and laugh at the carnage. But a lot of people are gonna want to like cry.
Yeah. Well, that's why next year you'll still reverse throttle channel or steering channel, but you have to reverse through the course.
Right.
So I won't
like
reverse your throttle. Yeah, drive like a forklift, tires in the back of your steer
Actually, make them drive backwards and leave the steering not reversed. Many of them are still going to turn the wrong way because they're not used to driving backwards. If you make it reversed, it might be easier for a lot of people.
That's true. I'll have to try it and see.
Yeah, test it out on some guinea pigs.
Yeah, because we'll do some scout runs later in the year to kind of go and see what we're going to do. But I will tell you there's going to be an admin build-off challenge next year for the Scale City. Because we would love
for the buildings.
Yeah, we would love to have everybody build something to put on the city, but we're going to run out of room real quick and lose kind of the feel of it. Because we've got a certain theme that we're going with. Like next year is going to be 50s and 60s horror. This year was classic slashers. So, your Freddy, your Jason, your Chucky. Yeah. That was this year's theme.
All the shit we grew up with.
Right. Next year, 50s and 60s. So like Frankenstein, Dracula, the Mummy, the Wolfman, Creature from the Black Lagoon. Yes.
Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yep, that's the theme for next year. So the Scale Village is getting also a 50s and 60s themed edition that all of the admins have to build and display.
I'm just gonna guess, don't say, but I'm gonna guess it's a drive-in fast food place.
No, we already have somebody building a diner. and we have a movie
Oh,
theater. We have
okay.
a drive-in
Well, you know what
theater.
I'm talking. What they call them back in the day?
They were just drive-in diners.
Really?
Yeah, like a
I don't think I
Sonic
ever heard of
drive-in.
this that.
Yeah, like a
Oh,
Sonic drive-in because you
The
just
drive-ins.
yeah. I guess
they're
it was
just
a drive-in,
drive-ins.
like a theater still. Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
you just had a drive-in diner.
Mm,
So, but we got somebody actually building a diner for next year. Um, like we did Mark and Mel, they because at Beat the Creek, they won one of the diorama things that was on a raffle there.
yeah.
And then Cody Johnson from Dixieland ended up entering another raffle. He won it, so he gave it to
Careful.
Mark and Melissa.
Yeah.
So they came home with two killer, diorama how
Nice.
like buildings. So from Cody, showing his generosity and giving them that, they built a replica of Cody's store,
I saw
Dixieland
that. It was
RC.
super cool.
And
Dude, the
then,
detail on the inside of the buildings. Like the Blockbuster, I saw the roof taken off and all the racks were there with like VHS and DVDs on
uh-huh.
the register. Like it was fucking crazy.
So what's even crazier that you couldn't see in that photo, in our admin chat, everybody has a nickname. And you get your nickname from something at a Hall and Crawl event. Like Big Tall Chris Tustian. His is Hot Pants because he came to camp one night and he had a heated chair,
Yeah.
heated camping chair. So I was like, oh, your damn nickname is now Hot Pants. And I changed it right then. So then
Right
you
on.
have, you have like Scott is Twinkle Toes because Scott likes to go get pedicures done. So we call him Twinkle Toes. I'm Happy Feet because me and Kelsey, we dance. So then you have like Orin is Spicy Wings. Colby is Weasel from like Encino Man.
Yeah.
Dwayne is Rocket from Guardians of the Galaxy. So, everybody has a nickname, but Mark and Melissa made movie posters all along the wall of every single one of
Oh,
these.
I'll have to go back and look and hunt for them.
Oh, it is so cool. So
Yeah.
that was their Easter egg that they did for the admins that none of us knew about until we got there. We saw the Blockbuster with the light up sign and we're like, this is so freaking cool. And they were like, but open the roof
Yeah.
and look at the movie posters. And I was just blown away. So
It was awesome.
yeah, they did such a good job.
I
So
love the Defender Customs. You got them to set up the boom truck next to the power pole. I
yeah, I
saw
had
that. I'm
to
like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. That's sick.
that's the only reason the power poles got put in is because Isaac said he was coming.
Yeah.
And I think it was Melissa asked, "Are you bringing the boom truck?" And he's like, "Well, yeah, I can bring it, but just know it's already sold." And she was like, "No, no, no, we just want you to display it in the Scale City." And he's like, "Okay." Like he was super nervous about it. But once we told him
Yeah, if
where
it's a
we were going to put
customer's
it,
truck. Like,
yeah, we told him where we were going to put it. It was going to be off the beaten path, not in any direct harm of anybody.
right.
And he was all for it. And the pictures turned out so
Yeah,
good.
Oh, they turned out so good. Yeah.
for sure.
So, I mean, I'm not bragging, but Reef and Robert Pezza both said that even Joe Collins said that our Scale City was better than the one at Proline.
Hey, looked it.
So,
As
because
far like
it's,
I've walked the pro line ones,
mhm,
not this year, obviously. I was at TTC, but in the past, and they get better every year. I'm impressed with the
mhm,
West Coasters. 2019, I went to pro line and laughed. And
yeah,
it was like winning scale rigs. I think that was the year you were there, right?
yep,
But the East Coasters was like, oh man, they got a long ways to go. Now I go out there and I'm like, fuck, they caught up.
hmm yeah. They like the
What's
year
up,
I went,
Sean?
there's some like weird campfire scenes. I mean, it looked cool, but it was way too small. It's like, you call this a campfire? You
Yeah.
can't cook anything on this. Come on, man. But yeah, theirs looked better this year. My Trick RC's taken over and really made their Scale City look better, but I still think ours is better.
It looked awesome. I didn't get to watch
So
it, but it looked sweet.
like we had a
Jonathan, he says, so for years I've been driving two trucks at the same time using flight controllers. So could I drive both or does it have to be two separate drivers?
two separate drivers. Cheater.
That's just knowing how to use radios to their maximum ability.
Right? Sorry, I have
Uh,
a whole bowl of Halloween candy in front
Jody
of me. I
says
can't
those
skip
pics
it.
were so good I almost scrolled past them because he thought they were real, I'm sure. They were awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, Mark and Mel, that was their idea for the Scale City. But then, we had guys like Oren. Like, Oren's not a scale guy.
No, but he can build crazy shit.
Yes, he can. His attention to detail is unbelievable.
Yeah.
So that's why, he was like, yeah, I just don't do the scale thing until he did the scale thing and he's hooked. Like Dwayne did a landscape supply yard. So he had sand, he had rock, he had like mulch, he
Right.
had all the stuff. He had pallets of sod that Oren made,
Awesome.
and it had like a front end loader bobcat out there to load all stuff with, had a tractor. I mean, there was so much stuff, man. And it's just gonna get better this year or next year.
Yeah. 26. Well, next year, TTC is going back to September.
Oh yeah.
So in October, I don't have anything to do unless the associated race is going on. And it killed me this year. Fucking had to miss TTC and the AE race. I'm like HHNC and the AE race. Like that was a tough call.
Oh yeah.
Fortunately for
But
me, it was easy because I was committed to TTC.
right.
I already told me you're 100% in. And I knew it wasn't going to be a bad choice, right? Like none of the three are going to be a bad choice.
Exactly.
But
You
I'm
can never
glad
go.
I was committed already, or I would have been fucking struggling on what to do. Like,
Yeah.
nah.
You can never go wrong with a Trevor Rushford event.
Yeah.
Like he's so good.
And that one I still love because it's like 30 to 40 of us, because some people bring spotters that don't drive
Mm-hmm.
and things like that. And that's it.
Right.
So it really takes me back to like the 2000s, right? Like 2010 and up,
Yeah.
where you went to events and like everybody knew each other because they were always the only one at the events. At the end of the
Mm-hmm.
night, everybody was drinking beers, talking shit, cracking jokes, around the same fire. And I was like, oh, it's been so long since I've done an
Mm-hmm.
event like this. Like, I love it. It's nice to go back in time. Because I still
Now,
like, I have a feeling some people are like, oh, he's like, fuck every big event. And I'm like, no, I still like Pro Line and
mhm.
Beat the Creek and even Halloween Holland Crawl's getting bigger now. I'm like, I'm still down at those events. But it's super cool to go back in time to a little one.
Yes.
And it's all just diehards, people who've been
Mm-hmm.
doing it most of the part for years, or they've been into it a year or two, but they're already balls deep in a diehard, they're addicted for life. I was like, oh, it's great.
Something I'm looking at doing next year for Hall and Crawl, if we can pull it off. It's going to be expensive, but I got to talk to some people and see if we can get a little better deal on it. I saw this thing called Iron Quad FPV,
Okay.
and they make a kit. Basically, you get the goggles, you get the camera with head tracking and the mount, and an H10 optic. That
Oh,
whole that whole kit is $1,000
wow. With the optic?
with the optic.
What the fuck? I thought you were gonna say like 4 or 5 grand.
It's $1,000. Says it would cost us $2,000 to do this, but how cool would it be over where I did the Zombie Trophy series with the super scale trucks to drive these optics, but not race them because I don't want them to break.
Right.
We got a lot of people that we have to run through this event. So my thinking is I would stand under a tent. I would have my two drivers ready to go with the understanding you're driving slow through this, but you're trying to get through it clean and fast to get back.
Yeah.
The first one to do that wins. Obviously, if you're rock racing the truck, it's not a U4 race. If that
Right.
happens, I tap you on the shoulder and say, hey, you're done. Or if you hit
Yeah.
a boundary, you're done. You flip over, you're done. In the single elimination style race, last person, I've got people talking to other sponsors to see if they want to sponsor and donate an H10 optic for the winner.
Well, I
So,
still have FPV goggles and shit in stock.
do you?
It's not the latest and greatest because it's like 6 years old, but
Yeah, but I don't know if this stuff is or not either.
you could, it was, you know, they were like $300-400 goggles at the time and shit like
Right.
that. So like, I could always donate some and sponsor it.
Yeah, and that's the Fat Shark ones, right?
Yep.
Do they have head tracking cameras?
They're capable of head tracking, yeah. It's like back in the day when it wasn't all kit, it's goggles, cameras, receivers, all that.
Right. Yeah, I mean theirs has all that too, but
So
it's
I can send you what I have, and I'm crazy busy at the shop right now. It's a fucking madhouse in there. So then you can Google it and double check, is this going to work for us?
yeah, yeah,
And
we'll work
then
on it.
if we figure it out, I'll just send it back up with Stacy and Tommy.
Yeah,
Because they'll be here tomorrow night. Probably if they're out at 5, they're probably gonna be here like midnight.
yeah. What are they coming down for?
And to help clear out a bunch of shit so they can sell it.
Oh,
I know like they move tons of parts and all kinds of stuff. And I still have
yeah.
thousands of parts. Like I've cleared out about 25% of the inventory already in like 4 days. But
Wow.
it's platforms and radios and batteries and chargers and servos and wheels and tires and bodies. The parts, even though they're 40 or 50% off, like no one's come in yet, been smart enough to come in and go, well, I own this, and these are all the breakage parts I might need a week from now or a year from now. I
Right.
can just come by
Right.
15 of them now of all these different parts on the cheap. That's not clicked in anyone's head yet. So people are
Yeah.
just like, I need this part and buying it at the discount, and that's it for just a general repair. So I know they'll help me clean a bunch out.
Oh yeah.
I can just give them a deal and get rid of shit in a big volume, and then they can
Mm-hmm.
go and make good margins on it.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I have that much less to deal with because I got a liquidator once I close the doors that will take anything left and give me pretty good money for it for liquidation, you know.
Right.
Uh, and I'm not locking the doors until December 1st. The last day of November is the last day we're open. December 1st is closed. But at the rate
Wow.
shit's going, depending on what Tommy and Stacy get, and I have a couple other friends with hobby shops that have reached out to me and been like, well, I'm interested in coming out. I'm like, I can go for it.
Doors open.
Yep. I may be able to close in a couple weeks. We'll see how it goes. But and
Oh,
especially
Joe.
since it's pre-Christmas time, the smart shopper's already thinking about it and like, ooh, I can get 20-30% off that or 40-50% off that. I'm gonna buy it
Mm-hmm.
now.
Right. You got any boom kits in stock?
Nope.
I was
Oh,
about to say.
that shit would have been gone day 1 or day 2.
Oh yeah.
The
Because
real smart people were right in there on
yeah.
Thursday, the first day.
Yep.
I
Because
had
I
a
got
guy with a hobby
admins wanting
shop
them.
down in Hudson come in with just a fistfuls of hundreds. He's like, all right, I'm just gonna walk around for like 2-3 hours. Is that cool? I'm like, yeah, go ahead. He's like, do you mind if I go behind the counter and look at the parts? I'm like, no, you're good. He was just in there like 3 hours and bought a pile of shit to go stock his store.
Heck yeah. Well, yeah. So yeah, send something up with Tommy and Stacy. I'll
Yeah.
get that to
Well, I'll send you pictures to make sure it's gonna work. Because if it's not
yeah,
what you need, there's no point in sending it to you.
right. I'll send it
But
to
it should be what you need.
yeah, I'll send it to Mark and Mel
Yeah.
too, because if we can get that, then that's gonna be a hell of a lot cheaper. Because we're probably looking at $2,000 to buy these two full things with the
Yeah.
optics.
Which is still with 2 RTR optics is still a pretty hell of a deal because
Yeah,
optics
because then
what 450, $500.
yeah. So, but even still, if we
Yeah,
can get if the goggles will work with these cameras, then that just makes it that much faster. We don't have to worry about, okay, give me a minute, let me clean these
right.
goggles. Okay, now you can put them on. Let me clean these.
Well, I still have cameras.
Yeah, and the cameras
Oh, but I
too.
don't think I have anything left that's head tracking. I think they're all just solid.
Static.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like JD will remember 9-10 years ago, I made a rock ray where Spectrum had a whole camera set up in like a cage and everything specifically to put in cars and trucks so it could get beat up. And I
Yeah.
cut a hole in the roof so I could stick the antenna up through so it was right at the driver's head. And I took the driver's head and the rock ray off, and the camera was right at his eyes. Drive it around at RW and stuff.
Yeah. But we had Scale Mountain set up as a booth. Kelsey, I see you creeping.
I see her back there too.
She can't hear you, but because I got my headset
Oh, you got your earphones in?
in. But huh?
What's she need?
We're live. She's like, "Are you live or just chatting?" I said, "No, we're live."
We're live.
But
I
yeah,
like just to ask you. Are you
Scale
live or
Mountain.
just bullshitting?
Yeah, Scale Mountain came and set up a booth.
I saw they were on the sponsor list, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Or the
So it
vendor
was
list, one of the two.
both. So we had this one guy. I'm not going to say his name because I don't want to put him on blast like that. But he's from Florida. And
Uh-oh.
he set up like we had told him. He said something about he was gonna, posting about he was gonna have all this stuff for sale at the event. And Scott reached out to him early and said, "Hey, you can have a 6-foot table because if you're going to set up a whole hobby shop, you might as well just get on vendor row." No,
Right.
I don't want to be on vendor row. I don't want to be around all the people. Have to worry about staying at the booth all the time. Blah blah blah. And so he had agreed to a 6-foot table. Dude shows up to the event with a 10 by 10 canopy. He's got a 6-foot table. There's stuff hanging on. He looked like a gypsy. He had so much stuff out there for sale. And Scott goes over and he's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "We had this conversation. A 6-foot table was what you agreed to. This is a whole hobby store that you got out here."
Right.
And Scott was like, "We don't charge vendors to set up. And if you're a vendor, you ain't got to buy a ticket to the event.
Right.
So you got two choices. You can donate something to the prize table, or you can pack all this shit up. Take your choice." He donated an RTR.
Yeah.
So, and he was happy. And we told him, "Dude, next year you don't have to sit and watch your booth all the time.
Yeah.
There, you're beside people that work their booth all the time. So if you want to go run a trail, you ask your neighbor, 'Hey, do you mind watching this for a second? If somebody walks up, just tell them I'll be back in a little bit.' And the neighbor's going to say, 'Yeah, man, no problem. I got you.'
Yeah.
If I need to do that, will you do the same for me?" Sure.
Yep.
And then that's taken care of.
Yep. See in a half hour.
Right. You don't have to buy a ticket to get in the event. If you want to get in raffles, then yeah, you still buy a ticket. But if you don't care about the raffles, just show up, set up your booth, sell all your stuff from vendor row. You're going to get more foot traffic on vendor row
And
than you
most
will.
vendors aren't worried about a raffle.
Right. They don't
Vendors
care.
like, I have plenty. Like, let someone else win it.
Right. They're trying to get rid of shit. So now the other cool thing, well, it was cool. It sucked for me, but then it worked out pretty good. So the whole admin team, I came up with an idea that I wanted to do an admin truck, an admin build. So I reached out to every admin, and every single one of them had a part in putting this truck together. So I picked the chassis because I wanted the Boom Racing BRX-01 adjustable wheelbase.
Yeah.
I called another admin and I was like, "All right, give me a hard body of your choice. Any hard body that you can think of. I don't care what manufacturer it is. Pick a hard body. Tell me what it is." He says, "Toyota 4Runner, RC 4-wheel drive." Cool, got it. Order that. That gets shipped in. Call another one. "You got a Toyota 4Runner. What wheels and tires are you putting on it?" "Tiny tires." They give me wheels and tires. I order them. They get shipped in. Call somebody else. What electronics do you want to put in this?" They tell me. I order it, get them in. I already knew what servo I was putting in it. I was putting a green Hall and Crawl servo in it.
Yeah.
So then I call Scott. I said, "Scott, you got a RC 4-wheel drive Toyota 4Runner. Is it going to be a pristine, clean showroom paint job? Or is it going to be a little bit of trail rash, a little bit of patina?" He says, "Who's painting it?" I said, "Well, I am." He goes, "Well, I want to say patina, but I don't know how hard that is." I was like, "Easier than showroom finish."
Yeah.
A lot easier. Because if I mess up, I can cover it up with something else.
Uh-huh.
Showroom, I got to sand it down and do it over
No
again.
wet sanding, no fucking around.
Well, they were still wet sanding to get the cutting through the layers of paint to get a little bit of,
Right.
but not like trying to get it to shine.
Yeah.
I suck at shiny paint jobs. So then I called Dwayne Burns. I said, "All right, Dwayne, you got a RC 4-wheel drive, 4Runner body. It's got patina and trail rash. What color is it?" And he says, "Well, who's painting it?" I said, "Well, I am." He goes, "Well, then I'm going to fuck with you." He says, "Doors are different color from the body.
Right.
Hood's a different color. One fender's a different color.
Junkyard
Tailgate's a
truck.
different color. And because they're all from different trucks, they have different level of patina on them. I was like, you suck, Dwayne. So we built this whole truck. You know, we had probably $1,500 in this truck, which is about fair for a fully built, ready to run, scaled out truck. RC Junkyard gave I think it was a Futaba radio, receiver, battery, and charger
Nice.
for it too. So I mean, this thing was legit ready to run.
Yeah.
And so, you know, we get it painted up, we get everything built. Mark Piper made like metal sliders for it to mount, because nobody makes a mount for a boom racing to an RC four-wheel drive.
Right.
So Mark Piper measured, designed, printed his prototypes, and then made them out of metal, powder coated them black, and engraved Halloween Hall and Cross 7 on the bottom. On one slider, and then on the other slider, he engraved the Georgia Rock Zombies zombie logo and the Cherokee Rock Village logo.
Does he engrave them by hand?
No, he's got a CNC table that he
Nice.
engraved them with. So, I mean, this thing was super nice. What we were doing is all the raffle tickets that we sell for this, we're donating the money to Cherokee Rock Village.
Yeah, that was
So
cool.
we knew we had about $1,500 in it. And we were like, okay, if we can double that to give Cherokee Rock Village $3,000, that would be incredible.
Yeah.
We did. We raised $3,280
Nice.
to donate to Cherokee Rock Village. So
That's probably super huge for them.
oh, it is. It's huge
Like,
because they
for a
don't get
park
a lot
like
of
that,
funding.
That
Yep.
probably pays a lot of bills.
So, you know, I bought a few tickets, and, you know, I would go up and I spend $40 on one set that I bought. And Reef says, fine, for every 40 you spend, I'll spend 100. So I start counting 20s. and in Reef fashion, he starts counting hundreds. And I was like, okay, you win. So you got more hundreds than I. Yeah, you got more hundreds than I got 20. So you win. So, you know, I buy my tickets, and I wasn't thinking write someone else's name down on the ticket, put my wife's name on the ticket. They wrote my name down. That comes into play later. So Oren's son, Wyatt, is over there like a whirlpool washer machine, just mixing these tickets up. Scott grabs the whole thing, shakes it up. Wyatt goes back to mixing. And then he says, all right, Wyatt, pull me a ticket. He reaches in, pulls out one ticket, and hands it to Scott. And Scott says, you got to be shitting me. He said, well, I know there's 3 people here with this name, so I got to call the ticket number. And I'm digging my tickets out, and I'm looking at numbers. And he calls the first few, and I was like, okay, well, everybody's got those. And he calls the last 3, and I was like, oh shit, that's my numbers. I can't win this truck. Even though I'd told every admin, if I win this truck, I'm keeping it. Hands down, don't care what you say. If I win this truck, it's mine.
Yeah,
But
it's got sentimental value to it for you.
Yeah, but in that moment, I was like, I can't take this truck. We'll never get another dollar off any raffle that we do if I take this truck. So, some of the admins later, they're telling me, you should have just said draw again. But in that moment, draw again is not in your vocabulary. I'm thinking, I got 260 people staring me in the face like, what are you going to do, idiot? You won your own truck. And so I was like, normally if I win a rig, I go out and I hand it to a kid.
Yeah.
But not this rig.
Right.
So then I start looking at all the adults out there, and they're all like, can I have some more, please? Beggars.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't give it to any of you goofballs either.
Yep.
And then I see the chairman of the board for Cherokee Rock Village sitting off to the side. And I walk over and I handed it to him. I was like, here you go, Steve. Now you guys have, you'll have the money for the raffle, and you have the truck that you got it from. You could sell it and get your money, get a little more money for the park or whatever.
Sell it, play with it, display it, whatever.
Right. So, he was like, yeah, man, we appreciate it, blah, blah, blah. They were super happy just to get that kind of a donation for the park. And then we find out later that when they carried it back to the guard shack, Reef followed them down there. And Reef says, I will make a charitable donation to your park in exchange for that truck. He didn't tell us what he paid for it.
Yeah.
We asked, and he says, nope, not telling you. That's between me and the park.
Right.
I made a charitable donation to the park in exchange for the truck, and they agreed to it. So that truck's in California right now.
Sitting on one of the shelves next to the Rippers.
Yep. he showed it on his live tonight, and he actually drove it Monday before they left. And he
Yeah.
said, "Dude, this thing is built right. Like he's like, this thing
Yeah.
is sick."
Good.
So at least it ended up with somebody that we know is going to cherish and take care of that truck, because there's a lot of time and heart and soul that went into that truck.
Yeah.
So
I
the
see
whole
Chris
admin
is
chat's
over here. He's got the whole fucking front end built with the quickness. Just working
dang.
away. Whole admin's what?
My whole admin chat's blowing up right now. Somebody was asking me a question, and then I see Stacy pop up and say he's currently on Nick's live right now.
Come join our live, damn it.
JD says those were pretty servos talking about the green Reefs haul and crawl ones.
Yeah.
And then that is cool, just like Reef. Yep, Reef's a good guy.
Yep. So he's gonna
People try
do.
and give him grief. I'm like, dude, Reef's a good dude, man. He helps
He
a
really
lot of
is.
fucking people out
Yeah.
without hesitating. At UST every year, he would always be the one driving the banner raffle up, right?
Yeah.
And it was always him. He has a ton of those the giant ones at all the sponsors and all the shit on it. He's always
I,
about giving back.
I was gonna do that this year because we had a 4x8 banner printed, and I forgot about it at the last minute that we were gonna have all the vendors sign it, and then all the admins sign it, and then try to raffle that off at the end.
Right.
But I totally forgot about it. And I was going to mention something to Scott in the beginning, and everything was crazy with the kids giving away rigs and everything else. We didn't get to it. Maybe we'll do it next year.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, the 4x6 banner doesn't cost us that much in the grand scheme of things of setting up.
Yeah.
Because this is the first year that we did like event t-shirts delivered to us to the event through Clay Apple.
Oh, they were
And
delivered to the event?
yeah, well, I
To
mean,
Cherokee Rock Village?
well, Scott went and picked them up, so it's not like we didn't do a pre-order and then some other random company that we don't know ship them in, or
Yeah.
have people go online and order it and it drop shipped to them. This is the first year we used like Clay to do shirts, because we sold tickets and shirts online,
Yep.
and then we
I
cut off our.
remember when you were buying the tickets, you got the shirt,
Yep.
or possibly, or the coin too, right? Or
Yep.
something.
Yep. The first 100 people got the coin, so we'll probably do a coin next year for Hall and Crawl 8. And we'll
Okay.
also do a shirt. But if we do the FPV thing, then there will be, I'll have to do tickets a little different. So you'll have your option for a weekend pass, and then you'll have an option for a shirt and an option to add in the FPV challenge. So you can buy 3 different things.
Yeah.
So, but that'll make things a little bit easier on us on the business side of things when we start getting all these tickets in, because we sold more tickets online than we've ever sold. We had 191 online sales, which is huge for us.
That's good.
Yeah. So, I mean, that was huge for us, because the most we had sold before that, I think, was 70 tickets.
Oh, yeah, more than double? Shit.
Yeah.
I had
So
a
it
feeling
is.
after last year, though, this event was going to get a lot bigger this year, like double.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the last numbers that I heard Scott saying was like 276 or something. But like, I can't even tell you how many people were there. The food
And
truck
Tommy was
guy,
saying there's other people that like didn't necessarily get a ticket for the event, but they
right?
just came and showed up and were crawling around hanging out
Yep.
at the park.
So one of the coolest posts that I've seen so far about the event, there was a guy, he was brand new, joined to the group, like right after the event. He says that he was going, it was a typical Saturday morning. He gets up, they eat breakfast as a family, and they were going to go up to Cherokee Rock Village and walk it off because they ate a big breakfast. So they were going to go hiking and walk off breakfast.
Yep.
He says, and I stumble upon Halloween Haul and Crawl. He said, and I had no idea this was practically in my backyard for the past 7 years. He said, so, I'm talking to a few people, and some guy says, here, try it out, and hands him a crawler. I think it was him and his son, he handed a crawler and sends him out to the rocks. Go have fun. I'll be right here when you get back.
Yeah.
And so they just go drive for, 20, 30 minutes, and they were hooked. They came back, gave him the trucks back. Dude goes to Cody's tent, buys 4 RC cars. One for him, one for his wife, one for both of his boys. And he was like, we're in the hobby now. We got, you know, he said, I've got a cool thing that me and my boys can bond with. And my
Right.
wife thought it was cool. I was like, well, there's your number one seller.
Right. That's
Your
the
wife
thing.
thought it was cool.
If the wife's in, then it's easy.
My wife hates it. But no, I thought that was so cool because he was just talking about how, you know, it didn't feel like he was a stranger in a group of 300 people. He said, I felt like I was at one big family get together.
Yeah.
He said, because everybody was just like, hey, man, you know, what do you need? Can I help you do something? Well, you know, oh, you need this? Yeah, man, I got one of those over here. Don't buy that yet. Here, let me give you mine.
Yeah.
He's like, I've never seen that before. So our food truck was a huge success too. You know, we
I was
had
wondering with the
barbecue.
German food, I'm like, is that going to be a hit or is it not?
Man,
I saw you were like, it was lined up all the time, but they were just constantly moving.
dude, he said he made $6,000 in 3 days.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there was constantly a line, but it wasn't like the line's just stale sitting there and everybody's like, you know, is my
Right.
food going to be ready?
Waiting 5-10 minutes for their shit.
Like it was, I mean, he was cranking people through that line. So
He
it
knows
was
what
so
he's
cool.
doing.
Yeah, he's good. He said this ranked in his top 3 events that he's ever done the entire time he's been doing food trucks. He said the first was a German festival, and he was the only food truck that showed up.
Oh, damn.
And
That's
then
a
he
money
said,
maker for sure then.
yeah. And then he said there was another festival where there were other food trucks there, but he was the only German food truck that showed up. And he said that one pretty much tied what you guys did for me. And the obviously when I'm the only food truck at the German festival, yeah, made way more.
Yeah.
He's like, but this is like my top 2. He's like, so
Nice.
whenever you guys want to do another event, I'm game wherever you go. Let me know.
Dwayne said they had pagers
Yeah,
like in a restaurant for orders and it helped a ton. That would like that makes so much sense.
he was so good, man. And just such a nice guy. Such a nice guy.
Been doing it a long time. Sounds like it. Sounds like he's got the experience and how to make it work, right?
Well, he has the people to do because I talked to him. He
Yeah.
says, I don't know shit about the food business. He's like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. He said, I got people that know what the hell they're doing. I was like, well, they're
Yeah.
doing it right.
Yeah.
So yeah, that whole event, man, it was just good. I mean, the rain sucked Sunday night. I woke up to a collapsed like 10 by 10 canopy with a tent in it.
All right.
That had collapsed. But if that's the worst that happened all weekend,
Yeah. And most of the rain was overnight or early morning, right?
yeah,
So
it
as
was
far as when
over
people are
by
out running, it was pretty good.
yeah, it was over by 6.
Yeah.
So and then the place dries out so fast because it was so windy.
Yeah.
Like I pushed the zombie trophy series back a little bit because I needed dry rocks to write on with chalk. So we ended up doing Table of Death early that morning instead of zombie trophy series at 9:30. We pushed mine back till 1 o'clock.
Okay.
But
So it
yeah,
went
Josh.
till the afternoon on Sunday too, then.
Oh yeah, till 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock is
Okay.
when we start like prizes and stuff.
That's how it was last year, right? Like 3 or 4.
Yeah, at 4 o'clock we bring everybody back up. We give all the trophies away for all the different events that have been going on all
Yeah.
weekend. And then we start, you know, we do our zombie kindness award that gets given away to somebody. And then they just start picking poker chips, picking a prize and a poker chip. And it's
Yeah.
just like the Oprah show, man. You get a rig, you get a rig, you get a rig. They were throwing rigs out like Tic Tacs.
Yeah, if you
So
had 36, over 10% of the people there got one, so that's pretty
yeah.
good. Like
So, but like
276 registered, that's almost 15.
yeah, like I cannot say enough about the admin team and how they run this group. Like I feel like some days I don't do shit for this group and it's just all them. You know, I make a lot of problems in the group, I'll tell you that. But then,
No, not you.
yeah, I do. But then, you know, I got my people that wrangle me back in most of the time. They're like,
Got
hey,
the
it's
team
probably
that
not a good
handles it.
idea. Yeah, like this whole admin group is such a good team together that when we get together, it's nothing but fun, man.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, Scott Bray, that dude can straight up barbecue some meat.
Yeah, because he made a brisket, right?
Yeah, brisket and 2 pork butts
Yeah.
because that was Friday night. Yeah. He pulls this pork butt out of the tinfoil and reaches in and grabs the bone. And when he pulled that bone out, there wasn't a stitch of meat left on this thing.
Yeah.
And then he just mixes it all up. He was cutting the brisket and handing little bites to people. And like everybody around there was just like a bunch of hyenas, man. We couldn't wait to tear into this meat.
Right.
It was so good.
Copy.
But we had like just a big family dinner. And
Yeah.
that's what it was. All the admins and their wives and stuff just sitting around eating. They
Yeah.
had desserts. God, this is so good.
Good time. What night was that?
That was Friday night.
Okay. Good
So
kickoff meal.
yep, get everybody fed and ready because
Use
it's
your
about to
calories for
get
the weekend
crazy.
because you're going to be busy.
Uh-huh. And it was, I mean, but it's busy, but it's not so busy to where we're just like overwhelmed and can't keep up. Like we know when stuff's happening, we get ready
Yeah.
for it, we go do it. But there's so much going on that during that admin meeting, you see a lot of the admins. One of the pictures is of Scott, head down, just wiped out. But it's a lot of work, but it's also a lot of fun. We love it.
Yeah.
So
It's a great event.
yeah, it can only get better. We don't want it to get much bigger. We just want it to get better.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, just room wise, it's kind of capped,
Yeah.
naturally.
Like we at one point they said we are out of RV camping spots. We don't have any more RV camping spots.
Yeah.
So we started letting a few people come into the admin camp area that we have, which
Yeah.
is usually pretty exclusive to us because we got a big admin crew and help crew that comes through.
Right.
But but we let a couple of extra campers in there and they were cool. They kind of stuck to themselves.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you can make it next year,
That's the plan
like
because it's only a 1 day drive. So
right.
I can be
And
there in, I think it's 9 hours. I think it took me last year.
that's about right. But talk to Jeremy and Josh and Reef because they got these killer Airbnbs right on the lake.
Yeah.
Killer Airbnbs. And you're 10 minutes from the park.
Right.
So yeah, they had a really nice spot. But it makes it easy for driving up.
What, they're all
And
like next door to each other or what?
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like a big circle. And in the middle is like the big house.
Okay.
And then I think that's what Jeremy and Josh got with the guys from Kentucky. It has like 12 rooms.
Yeah.
So they got that one. And then it has a pool, but nobody's going to be swimming in October. It's too cold. You could have swam this year because it was hot. But, and then Reef had one that was right on the water.
Okay.
So, but he said next year he's going to get a little bit bigger one so we can actually have a
He's
different
making sure he
team.
gets the big house.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't want the big house because it's not on the lake.
Oh, okay.
It's not right on the lake. He
He's
wants
got
one
the
on the
lake
lake.
view.
Yep. Wake up to that lake view. So
Nice.
yeah, it's going to be good next year, especially with the addition to the admins build off that we're adding to it.
Yeah.
So I cannot wait to see what people build because there like we have a whole rule sheet we have to go by. Like it can only be certain perimeter size, length.
Yep.
Everything that's built has to be handmade. We can't 3D print them and cheat them, so they have to be handmade. And then we get a certain size area that we can put this in. So it has to fit within your area on the ground that you can fit in, and then it can only be a certain size and hand built. Any of the like accessories that go around it can be 3D printed or bought, but the actual structure itself has to be
You gotta
handmade.
bust out the wood or the styrene or something.
Yep, wood, styrene.
Yeah.
Learn how to work with all kinds of different materials to make it structurally sound.
Make like a metal pole barn.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
That
It'd
would
a
be
lot
super
better.
cool.
I don't know,
Yeah.
you might be able to get shit that's ridged like that in scale size. It'd be interesting to see. They just opened up a giant all row metals like 5 minutes from my house.
Well, I
a
learned
week
a
or
little
two ago, and I'm
something.
like, right when I'm working on projects, yes, I don't have to drive an hour to get metal.
Well, I learned something from Metal Masher
Yeah,
because I was like, okay, he uses a metal that's kind of rigid, but not super rigid, so rigid to where I couldn't work the metal.
0.005 aluminum.
Tooling foil. Because I
Yep.
looked and saw a video where Joe Exocage interviewed him at USTE, and he told what it is. It's
Yeah.
tooling foil 0.005.
Yep.
And so that's what I'm going to use because something that I'm building is going to require some like corrugated metal, and I can work that metal. I'll just 3D print my two pieces, like two circles, and I'll just roll this metal in between it to get my
Mm,
corrugated metal look. They
right.
never said I couldn't 3D print my tools. So I will 3D print my tools to make the materials that I need.
Make a
But
stamping machine.
you got it. So
Yep.
I'll
Yeah, and you
just,
could sit there and just stamp it, stamp it, stamp it so fast.
oh, I'm doing it even better. I'm creating two gears with a roller so
Oh,
that I
there you
can
go.
get two of these rollers, and as they go together,
Yep.
they'll just stamp and corrugate that whole metal roll as I'm rolling it out.
Yep.
So it'll look like corrugated metal when I'm done, and then I'll be able to paint that. So
Dwayne says they were two doors down, Reef and the guys. And Tommy says he has a tool for that. And
he
he's
probably
like, there's
does.
balsa that is like siding at the shop, and there is. I still have balsa at the shop tomorrow. There
Yep,
you
I
go,
have some
Casey
balsa
and
with
Tommy.
me.
You'll have access to a shit ton of Midwest wood. Too. Balsa,
So
pine, birch, plywood,
yep.
all the plain building shit that works for other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I
So
still have tons of it.
yeah, I'm excited for this. It's going to be fun. We've got a year to complete our builds, which for some of us it's going to take a year.
Oh yeah.
For guys like Dwayne, Mark Mill, they'll have this shit done next week. They'll be like, "Oh yeah, this
Right.
was easy," because
Let's get out of the way.
yeah, they're so good and they're
I'm
so
the opposite. I'm
talented.
like, shit, the event's a week and a half away. I should probably get started.
Yeah, that'll be me. I'll be like, I haven't even
Finishing
got
it
a
at the
platform.
event. All right, it's done.
I haven't even got a platform built yet. You guys have lights and furniture in your stuff.
Right.
How did you do that? So
Yep.
yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm excited.
Good. Well, I should be there to see it, I hope.
Yeah, and bring your super scale trucks
Oh yeah.
because it's the zombie trophy series. You got a leg up on some of the competition now.
I got one or two of them laying around here.
Uh-huh. So it'll be fun.
I could
It'll
bring
be
the
a lot of fun.
DDP trucks too. Beat them
Yeah,
up some more. They're big though.
well,
Big.
that's fun.
Crew
We
cab
have
Chevys.
we have a ramp. You can jump that off.
Right?
I know. I watched somebody else jump a BRX 02 109 off of our basher ramp.
Mm-hmm.
All they did was break the windscreen.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was probably fine.
Yeah, I'll not say who did it. Um, we've promised we've been sworn to secrecy because someone could get murdered over that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I watched them jump it off of. And it was Jeremy Griffith's bash ramp too. They donated that to us
Yeah.
because they didn't want to haul it back to Kentucky, and that's fine. We'll take it.
Yep. We'll take it and use it next year.
Yeah, we'll put it right back out there and jump it. But it
He
was
didn't
funny.
even have
This
that long.
it was a
He only
nice
built it
ramp
like
too.
3-6 months ago, I think.
Yeah, it's a nice ramp.
But that's how
So
it was at the end of the event.
yeah, I don't want to
Fuck,
carry
I
this
don't
shit
want to
back.
take this. Here, you can
Yeah,
have it.
yeah. You guys want a ramp?
Yeah.
Sure.
It's easier to build another one in 6 months when I need it again.
Yeah, I don't know where the hell we're gonna put it. We'll find a place.
Right? I'll
So
strap to the roof of a camper somewhere.
let's see. That's what I told Scott. We could strap it to the top of the trailer, and it'd be like a rear
Exactly.
spoiler.
You got
Hold the
your
rear of the
airfoil.
trailer down.
Yep. Get you that
So
extra mile or two per gallon.
that's right.
That's what it's all
So
about. Then the ramp's not even free. Then it's paying you.
exactly.
Made money
But
off.
we
How
couldn't
far
get
did
it
you
up
get,
there.
Chris? You got the whole front end done?
Yeah, I got the whole front end done.
I thought so. Did you do the steering too?
Yeah,
Jesus. Let's see.
Dang.
just the shocks I didn't get done.
Yeah, the shocks are always the worst.
I built shocks last night.
There it is. Steering and all. Half the truck.
Bert,
Yeah, third of it.
Dang.
Nice. It does look just like my original too. But I know that's the camera. The plastics are more green nowadays than they used to be.
no, they're like a no, yeah, they're like a gray screen. You're right.
Yeah, they used to
Some
be
of them are
clear
white
out.
though, like the bumper, the shock tower, the steering link is
Mhm.
just like white.
Nice. Well done.
Yeah.
I built shocks last night. I basically tore apart and rebuilt a base camp last night.
Yeah. A little beat up after the event.
This thing was brand new. I just took it out of the box. I
Just gonna
never even
rebuild
powered
it
it
for
on.
fun.
Yeah, I took everything out of it: transmission, ESC, motor, servo, shocks,
Would you
wheels,
upgrade
tires.
it all, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, I put reef transmission, reef shocks, wheels,
Yeah.
tires. Um, I put my Freedom Edition 900 Smart Servo in it, and
I
then I
haven't
put
used the
a
reef shocks yet. How are they? I imagine they're
nice.
nice and smooth and probably don't leak. He usually doesn't
No,
fuck around and test shit
yeah,
enough that it's gonna hold up and work, but
no, these are good. And we were teasing him at Haul and Crawl because he was like, man, when he was running around that boom truck, he was like, will some 80s fit on here? And we were like, no, those are too big. You need 70s. But I said, but there's no sense in putting XP shocks on that truck because they're external sprung. If you're going to do 70s, do an internal sprung shock. Get Wyatt on that. We need some scale shocks. Now that he's got this badass truck, he's like, yeah, we'll talk to Wyatt and see, with all his
Yeah,
other projects he's got going on.
right.
So you never know. We may end up with some Reefs 70 mil internal sprung super scale
He could be
shocks.
talked into shit. It takes a
Hmm.
while sometimes. Took me 3 years for fifth scale servos.
Yeah.
Eventually I finally got them.
Yeah. It
After
took
the
me.
Super Rock Ray and shit like that started to come out, instead of just Bajas and 5Ts and
Uh-huh.
DBXLs, there was more. He's like, oh, well, now that more is using them, I'm like, yes, do it. God damn it, we need them. And then he's like, all right. I'm like, send me some prototypes for the Primal. And I remember putting them in, and now it's two Beast 2000s, but the wheels are that fucking big.
Oh, yeah, they're
And I'm on the
huge.
carpet. I'm like, well, here will be the test. I turn whack, whack, whack on the carpet like nothing. I'm like, perfect.
Yeah.
That's what I needed. Nothing else on the market would have done that.
No, no. And see, I was telling somebody a while back that, I remember when I signed on with Reef and I first came on, he had two servos.
Yeah.
He
Four
had
two
the four
two and triple
triple
five.
five. That was it. And it was the gold 422 at that.
Yep.
So, and yeah, I remember him telling me, he was like, I can't send you free stuff because I'm not that big of a company. He's like, maybe when I get bigger,
Yeah.
I'll be able to do that. And then I remember when he got brought into HRP, I was like, are you big enough yet?
Yeah, and he had what, four servos, three or four at that point in time.
Yeah. And
Triple
he's like,
Ford come out. And
yeah, no, we're not there yet. And so now, ask him, are you there yet? Like, dude, you've made it.
yeah.
Like you're worldwide, homie.
Well, and like the hobby side of it isn't even the big side of it for him anymore. I still
No.
get because Disney came in, and I only know this because he told me. But Disney came into the store one day in a pinch for servos. And I had the Beast 1000, 2000 in there, I think, right? And they needed big, heavy shit for animatronics. So they bought
Mm-hmm.
those, went back, and were like, these are the tits, and directly contacted Reefs. And now Disney buys their fucking servos for all the shit at the park from fucking
Yeah.
Reef. And so
Yeah.
I always give them shit. I'm like, so when do I get like that 1.5% commission check?
Right.
Yeah. I know how many servos they use. Can't
Mm-hmm.
blame me. But
Yeah.
Reef's always taking care of me. Like if I need shit, it's like, you sell a ton of servos. Here you go. I got
Right.
like I have one of the triple nines.
I
Like
know.
because it's the same thing. We were the first store, I think, to have Reef stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I saw them and I'm like, I gotta get that. So I got a hold of them. And I remember the first one I tested, it was a triple four or five at the time. I'm like, this is what I think it is. This is all I'm using from now. And I didn't put a servo horn on it. And I powered it up with a hump pack of like a nitro on the servo. tester, and I'm like, this servo's junk because I couldn't feel it vibrating.
Yeah,
It
you
didn't
couldn't
make
hear
a
anything.
noise, and the what's the word for how many steps there are? It's not steps. There's a proper word, but 128, 2, whatever, 5,
Yeah,
whatever. Resolution. The
yeah.
resolution was so fine that I couldn't see the splines moving either. I'm like, the first servo and it's fucking garbage out of the box. What a joke. Here, I thought these were gonna be the tits, and I'm like, you know what? I better put a horn on there. And I put a horn on, moved, and I was like, you gotta be shitting me. Not a noise, not
Yeah.
any vibration, because you can always feel a servo move, if you're
Yep.
holding. I was like, holy shit, that's all I've used ever since.
Yep.
Never had one fail. And
So
so,
I had
at events, I always love hanging in the booth. Man, the whole reef and all the crew he's surrounded him with are all good guys.
I had one of the very, very limited 40 made gold servos.
Yep. I have one of those in the stack. That was his
Yeah.
first limited one, I think, like
Mm-hmm.
official one.
Yeah, and he only made
I
40 of
got
them.
19.
I had 13.
Okay.
Had. Now
Oh, good
Jeremy
for you.
Kilburn owns 13.
Oh, okay.
So we did some trading on a few things, and because Jeremy likes to collect 13.
Okay.
So, and I have given up number 13 for Jeremy because I have so much respect for that man. I was like, you know what? You want 13, you can have it. I'll pick a
Yeah,
different number.
Kilburn's good people.
He is. He's just good. He was going to come to the event, but they had something come up and they couldn't make it.
Yeah,
So,
now he's in Arizona, so it's a long ways.
well, shit, like Maryland wasn't.
Yeah, but Arizona's a lot further than Maryland, probably
Yeah,
double.
yeah, Arizona's a long ways, but
Because he's almost to Nevada.
hmm but he's like 2 miles from Reef's house in Arizona.
Oh, I didn't know Reef had one in Arizona. I knew the one in Cali. He's got one in Arizona too. Okay.
Yeah,
That makes
he's
sense.
yeah, like he's got his house that his main house he lives in
Mhm.
California, and then he bought that house on the lake at in
Reef in the
Arizona.
lakes.
I know he loves the lakes, so but his house in California, like you would think, being as successful as Reef is, you would think this would be like a baller's house. Dude, he's very modest,
Well, that's how
very
you end up
modest.
still having money and not being broke. There's a lot
Yep.
of people that drive 4 brand new cars and live in a $1 million house, but they still live paycheck to paycheck. And if something happens, the bank owns all that shit.
Right. Well, I mean, I looked up his house. I'm not gonna lie. Hey, you can look, you know the address, you look it up on Zillow, you know
Yeah.
what that house costs. So I mean, it's not for California, it's not ridiculous. For
Yeah.
California, it's 1.4 million, which is not
Mhm.
huge. It's a very average house.
The $250,000 gets you a shack on like a 20th of an
Hmm.
acre.
Yeah. But I mean, his garage looks kind of nice.
That's the
that,
important
gar-
part.
that garage is really nice.
Yep.
So
That's the important part.
yeah, it was
I
cool.
just live in there. The garage has to take care of all the fun toys.
Hmm. Oh, it was so funny. We when we were out there, he's got those like Honda suitcase scooters. He's got
Yep.
two of those he bought for his boys. And Scott was like, "You think that thing will hold me?" Reef was like, "Oh yeah, absolutely." Scott gets on this thing and zooms up the road, and he's coming back, and Reef's recording him. And Scott's like swaying in the road,
Oh
and he
God.
he looked like Gru from Despicable Me. And Reef was like, "You have got to put the Despicable Me music to this."
Right.
The I'm having a bad day. So I took the video and put that audio over it, and it was perfect.
Oh, you got to
I'll
send that to me.
I'll send it to you. You will die laughing because Scott's so happy just on this thing, just cruising, and he had no clue what was going on until afterwards.
Drop
But
it.
Scott's such a
Drop
good
it
sport. He was
now.
like, "That's funny."
Oh yeah. You gotta be able to laugh at yourself or life's no fun, man.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, and that's the
yeah.
thing with like at RCEC, TTC, we talk copious amounts of shit to each other
Uh huh.
the whole fucking time. But then as soon as you need something, it's like, oh, here you go, whatever,
Uh huh.
You need a drink, you need some food, you need a part, you need help running for something. I got you. But while you're on the course and sitting around the fire, it's just typical like Gen X guy shit of blah 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 blah, just shit talking. It's great.
Just according to Dwayne, do not turn your back on Trevor when it's time to check oil. Dwayne said he's pretty sure he came a foot off the ground due to Trevor's thumb.
I've heard this before. He'll fucking get you. He fucked with me. I was on obstacle course. I'm getting through shit, and he good gamed me out of nowhere. That's the first time that's happened in 25 years. And I was like, what the fuck? God damn it, Trevor, because he's just trying to fuck with you,
Uh-huh.
Like he meant it genuinely. Like, good job, but he knew it was gonna fucking throw me off for a second too. Because I was not expecting that. I was focused. Fucking front tires aren't working. They're flopping back and forth and shit.
Jesus.
We're winching and I'm rear steering. Fucking good game. Like, God damn it, not now, Trevor.
See, the first time I met Trevor was in Pennsylvania at Motorama.
Yeah.
And we had talked on the phone a ton about all kinds of different stuff and events and everything else because we first became friends on Instagram, and then we just started talking more, and then we shared numbers and we would call on the phone. But the first time I met him was in Pennsylvania. Parker was doing that Motorama, I forget what he called it.
Was that Blue Rocks? No, that was a different one. Yeah, but it was a Recon G6 at the Motorama. I think he did have a special name for it, but I can't remember what it was. And it was a whole big comp.
Yeah, inside.
Yeah.
So, I show up to this thing, and it was me and John Mesa, which John Mesa Fish, he's been in the game for a long time too. But we drove all the way up there, and I had no clue what to expect. I took a truck that I knew was super capable and I could get through most of the stuff. This is also the first time I met Burt Milchner, and he pissed us all off for this event. Parker didn't have a time limit this year. So you could, and winches were unlimited. You could winch anywhere you want to. Burt is literally standing over his truck. He would drive it 2 or 3 inches and winch, 2 or 3 inches and winch. But he made the course perfect.
Right. No penalties.
No penalties. It took him an hour and a half. No, an hour and a half later. Like, I went and viewed the whole car show, went to the Amish people and got like one of their Amish Hot Pocket pretzel things, ate that, walked around some more, and I came back. Burt was still running. So
you're talking the A&M garage, Burt?
Yeah. So, and you've met Story Rice before.
Yeah, I know James. Yeah.
Jesus.
I've known him a long time, probably 15 years or more.
Yeah, his sense of humor. So
yeah,
I was friends with Story, and he was keeping score. Telling everybody's score, keeping the list going. And I walk over and I said, "Well, I know you can't tell me, but am I close to the top 5?" And he looks and he goes, "Holy crap, dude!" He said, "You're at the top of the list." I was like, "Shut up, Story. I hadn't done that good." And he goes, "No, seriously, dude, you're at the top of the list. Your last name starts with A, so you're at the top of the list." I hate you, Story. You get me all hyped up thinking I'm doing that good.
Right. I'm gonna be in first place. All right.
Yeah, no.
I was just like 9.
I actually do think I finished 8th in that event. There's like 65 drivers.
Yep.
So, but yeah, that was a lot of fun. We went back the next year and things weren't the same. That might have been the last year that they did the Motorama thing.
Oh, so you're talking what, 8 years ago, 7 years ago?
Yeah.
Okay, because he did that for a long time. Like, he was doing that like 14, 15 years ago, I think.
Yeah, so like I was in with the wrong crowd of people. And they influenced me to say some things I probably shouldn't have said in public, which almost cost me my Castle team driver spot that year.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I pretty much just smashed that whole event and just laid it all out on the line to the point. It was some guy from Australia that was on Team Castle. He thought he was Chris DeGraff. He thought he was, but he wasn't. He like, "Dude, you don't have that kind of pull, Castle, so shut up." Dude calls me on the way back from Pennsylvania, and he's like, "What the hell?" what is going on at Motorama to where you have to post something like that? And it's like, what are you talking about? And he's like, dude, your post is going nuts online. He said, Kate has already messaged half the team to see if if you're still somebody that they want on the team or not.
Damn.
And I was like, oof. So maybe I'll go take
Whoops.
that down.
It's too late then. It's already been
Yeah.
screenshotted 8,000
Oh,
times.
it was everywhere. I talked to Kate about it, and I was like, yeah. I was like, you know how it is, Kate. You know, in the heat of the moment, you say stuff you shouldn't say. And she was like, no, I get it. She's like, but was it really that bad? And I was like, 100%.
Yeah, I didn't lie.
Yeah, it was all truthful, but
Yeah.
yeah, it was bad. So, and that really ruined mine and Parker's friendship for years
Yeah.
until I ran into him a couple years later at USTE, and I walked up to him and I was going to talk to him man to man, say, hey, let's just squash the beef, man. And I walked up to him and he was talking to some people and he goes, just a minute. He finishes talking to them and he turns around and looks at me with the defensive Parker,
Yep.
arms crossed. And I was like, look, man, I said, we all say some stuff sometimes that we shouldn't say out in public. I said, so this is me coming to you man to man, and I'm apologizing for the things I said. And he goes, well, shit, bring it in, brother. That was the end of that beef. We've been fine ever since.
Yeah.
So,
I usually try and keep most of that shit quiet.
yeah.
There's stuff I could say, but
Uh-huh.
it's easier not to.
Same book, same page.
Yeah.
On a good note, though.
Later, Sean. Dwayne says he still remembers that.
I'm out. I'm out too, guys.
You're out too? Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess it is 10:40 already, huh?
Yeah.
All right,
So-
later, Chris. Good work on the 10T.
Right on.
Sorry I took over.
That's all fine.
So on another good note about Haul and Crawl next year, I did reach out to Jason and Joel and showed them the boom stuff and was like, hey, we'd like to have you guys in Vendor Row next year. I was like, you already sponsor the event, so you already have a spot on Vendor Row if you want it. It doesn't cost you anything extra other than your travel over here.
Right.
But I was like, if you guys want to be on Vendor Row, I'd love to have you guys there so you can talk firsthand with all of the people that are boom enthusiasts over here.
Yeah.
I said, I think it would really be a good showing for you guys to show up to this event where there's more of these trucks than there have been at other bigger events.
Yeah, and 300 people is enough people that it's worth their while. Because Jason, he could be coming from Arizona or he could be coming from Hong Kong.
Right.
If he's coming from Hong Kong, that's 24 hours door to door, probably just getting there. Plus
Right.
the expense. Those aren't cheap flights.
No. So, but yeah, I mean, I know he was just at Proline, so I'm hoping next year maybe he's already stateside.
And this is their first year at Proline, I think. Well, his first year.
Yeah, his first year. But I know he's been to Florida before because that's where I met him.
He's been to UST once, I think.
Well, see, I met him
maybe twice.
I met him at the first Parker Fest.
Yes, he was at Parker Fest too, the first one.
Yep.
That's where I met him the first time.
Yep. And then since then I met him, we saw him at Beat the Creek again, and I was talking to him about it. So he says,
yep, because he was at Beat the Creek this year too, right?
Yeah, he says, okay, what's the dates? So I tell him the dates for next year, and he says, I'm going to put it on my calendar. He's like, looks like we'll be able to make it.
Yeah, a year in advance is good notice.
Yeah. So we'll see. Maybe they show up next year.
Cool.
But they have the dates. It's on there. So it would be really cool to have Boom and Skeltra on Vendor Row.
Right.
So
people would probably buy a shit ton of trucks and stuff too.
People definitely would.
Axles, wheels, and tires.
Yeah.
But then he's got to be careful with that because then he starts stepping on Cody's toes and stuff, So that's the problem with Vendor Rows if they start to get too big.
Mm-hmm.
That happened at USTE because originally at USTE I was the only hobby shop, and that's how it was. And then Mike kind of came in one year, and Cornmesser and Cody, and they just had a little bit of stuff back then.
Right.
I was like, that's fine, dude. I've got 50 times more shit, They're just bringing the stuff they have. People need it. Some of it's different stuff than I have, so it makes sense. Well, then it became a huge boost. And the expense for me for UST was huge. And I'm like, at this point, there's so much competition, like I break even. So
Right.
it's not really worth vending anymore. So I was going to be done vending anyways. I was like, I'll just sponsor and be done
Yeah.
vending. Let these guys have at it. It's not worth the trouble for me, and I'm fine with it. And the hobby shop was established. The first couple years was great because it brought a lot of new customers in, added a lot
Mhm.
more people that knew about the shop. But by that time, it's like, well, I'm established. I don't need to do this anymore.
Right.
But then UST never happened again. So
Mm-mm.
because
Nope.
UST was busy.
Man, that was crazy.
Yep.
We don't ever want to be that big.
Right.
Nope.
300's a good spot to cap it.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. I think that's where we're at.
It's
That's
big,
where we
but it's
want to
not
stay.
ridiculous.
Right. It's still fun.
Yeah.
So, and it's not so much work on us to where we can't have fun.
Right.
It doesn't feel like a job.
Yeah, because that's what running a lot of events is.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you're running the event, you don't get to participate. You're
Mm-mm.
running the event. You're
Right.
running around putting out fires, making sure shit's getting started, taking care of shit, handling
Mm-hmm.
vendors, and it's like even if you're a vendor, lots of times you're just stuck in
Right.
the booth vending. You're at
Yeah.
work still. You're at an event, but you're at work.
Yep.
You're just at work outside instead of in the shop.
Right. So, yeah, that's what our Friday's for, though, because then
Yep.
vendors actually get to go have fun.
Right.
Well, my phone is about to die, so I'm gonna go
Yep. My
plug it up,
computer's about to die.
and I got to go give Frank his meds for the night. So,
All right. Well, we'll
cool.
sign off. Thanks for jumping on randomly. That was perfect because we didn't have shit planned. Chris was like, "Well, I can get the 10T out and start building it." I'm like, "All right, well, I guess keep building that, and I'll just shoot the shit with whoever jumps in." And you're
Yeah.
like, "I'm game."
Hell yeah.
Later, Blaine. All right. Well, we're gonna be out, y'all. Peace. Have a good night. Thanks for stopping in.